Hey there, welcome to your trading day. Today's November 21st, 2016, and we're going to talk about Forex trading today. We'll do a little bit of training on our indicators and how we place trades. And I will actually go through each one of these 6 charts that you see on the screen. I will break them down from top to bottom and come up with possible long-term trading situations that you might be able to engage in. Please remember that you need to always be conscious of your own personal risk tolerance before you decide on taking any trades. Any and all trades are yours, your decision. They are totally up to you. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up one of these charts, the best one possible, to show you all the different indicators. So I think I'll bring up the Great British Pound US dollar, and I'm going to take a snapshot of it. And what this will allow me to do, it will allow me to point out certain aspects of what you're looking at. Okay, so I'm going to change this to 150%, making it a little bit smaller. So now I'm going to get out a I guess I can use a blue crayon. Blue crayon would probably be good, and a pointer. Okay, so there's a lot of different things on this chart. First of all, these red and black bars, okay? These red and black bars are known as candlesticks. This is a daily chart you're looking at, so each candlestick takes 24 hours to form. A black candlestick means there was more buying than selling. A red candlestick means there was more selling than buying during that 24-hour period. So in futures, we look at bars. In Forex, we look at candlesticks. Okay? You see these blue dash lines here, okay? These are weekly pivot points. A pivot point is a calculation from past time that tells us, gives us averages of where the currency might go to. Okay? And you always have a main pivot point, which on this one it says weekly pivot point. And then above that, you will have R1, which stands for resistance 1, R2, which stands for resistance 2, and R3, which stands for resistance 3. On the bottom side, some of this you cannot see, but you have an S1, stands for support 1, an S2, support 2, and an S3, which is support 3. We use these pivot points as targets. We use the pivot points as targets. Next, we have these brown lines coming down. Okay, this is called a trend channel, and when they're coming down like this, it means we are in a downward trend. If they were going up, that would be a upward trend. Right now, this is a downward trend. In the middle, you see this green dotted line that I'm following right here. It's a green dotted line. This is what we call the cash line. It is halfway between the top and bottom trend lines. Okay, we call it the cash line because about 80% of the time, the currency will come back to that line. Kind of crazy, but true. Next, you see I have red dots that are all hooked together, and I have blue dots that are hooked together, okay? These are used for entry points and also can be used for stop losses, okay? And that's about all I need to show you. There may be some stuff along the way, but that is the making of our charts. If you want these indicators and you are a member of Your Trading Day, I will get you these indicators for no charge, completely free. So let's go through the currency pairs right now and see if we have any possible trade scenarios. Okay, sound cool? Very good. So I'm going to bring up the Great British Pound, US dollar here again. Whoops, I'm sorry, I didn't want to do that. This is a daily chart you're looking at. You can see that we are in a downward trend and we are up in quad 1. Okay? And if you want to learn about quads, you're going to want to come to our training tomorrow night, Tuesday night, which will be November 22nd, where I'm going to teach you about quads and I'm going to teach you about arrow trading tomorrow night. Quads and arrow trading tomorrow night, Tuesday, November 22nd. Anyways, we are in a downward trend on the Great British Pound US dollar. Okay, top left-hand corner, way up here, top left-hand corner, it tells you the currency pair, Great British Pound US dollar, and it tells you what time frame this is. It says daily. So we know this is a daily chart, again, meaning that each one of these candlesticks took 24 hours to form. So we're in a downward trend. We're up in quad 1. We are looking to sell. We are in a downward trend. We are looking to sell. That's what the daily chart has told us. We're looking to sell. Now I want to go up here to the top to where it says H4. When I click on that, I will now be looking at a 4-hour chart. That means that each one of these candlesticks took 4 hours to form. All right? And I am looking to sell the Great British Pound US dollar once it breaks through these blue dots right here. You see these blue dots? I'm looking to sell it once it breaks through this area. Now when I put my mouse on it, it tells me that these blue dots are at 1.2307. I want to sell this right underneath this level right here. Okay? So with that being said, I can put a line right here. We're going to make it a blue line. And the line's going to be at just underneath the psychological level. So I'm looking to sell this at 22.95. 22.95. Looking to sell the Great British Pound at 22.95. Okay? Now, my stop loss. I like to place my stop loss above the last significant high. That would be putting it up here someplace. Let me make this red so it stands out. Okay? But that places the stop loss well over 200 pips away. Okay? That's too far for me. So, this is what I'm going to do. If we start to fall and go through these blue dots right here, I will place my stop loss above this last pivot point area right here, say at 24.20. 24.20 is where my stop loss will start. Okay? And then I will use these pivot point areas as targets. Okay? As targets. So there's target number 1, and down here is target number 2. So again, I'm looking to sell at 22.95. When I come down and hit my first target of about 22.30, I will move my stop loss into profit. As we fall down to the next target of 21.25, we'll call it, I will continue to move my stop loss behind the trade. All right? Let's go on to the next currency pair. This is the Euro-Japanese Yen daily chart. And you can see my brown lines are almost going sideways. This is what we call basically a sideways trend. Okay? I do not like to trade in sideways trends. All right? So I'm going to pass on the Euro-Japanese Yen tonight. I will not trade it. Let's go to the Euro, Great British Pound. Euro, Great British Pound. We are in an uphill trend, upward trend, and we are down here in quad 1 looking to buy this currency pair, looking for it to go back up. Cool. Let me go to a 4-hour chart, and I want to buy this currency pair when it goes through my red dots. My red dots are at 86.32, so I will buy this at 86.40. 86.40 is where I'm looking to buy the Euro Great British Pound. 86.40. Okay? 86.40. Now, in an upward trend, I like to place my stop loss below the last significant low, which is right down here. Let's grab a line. Let's place it down here. We're going to make the line red as our stop loss. We'll see how far away this is. If I place my stop loss at 84.80, 84.80 is 100 and something pips away. That's a little too far for me. Okay, I like to try to keep it within 100 if I can. So I would like it to be about 85.40 at the farthest. So we're going to place this at 85.40, which will start us off with a 100 pip stop loss. Okay? Targets. My first target is kind of close. And remember the reason why I use targets. I use targets to remind me to move my stop loss. So the first target is about 86.77, followed by 87.80, followed by 88, we'll call it 88.55. Those are my 3 targets for the Euro Great British Pound. Okay? Next, we have the Aussie US dollar. This is a daily chart. We are in a downward trend. However, currently, we are at the bottom of this trend. We cannot sell down here. We need it to retrace up into quad 3, and then we can look for a possible sell trade. So right now, we will pass on the Aussie US dollar. And what you would do is you would come back twice a day, maybe every 12 hours, and come back and look at this to see what it's doing. Right now, we are passing on the Aussie US dollar. Next, I have the US dollar, Canadian dollar. This is a daily chart, meaning each one of these candlesticks are 24 hours long. Okay? This is the US dollar, Canadian dollar. We are in an upward channel, in quad 3. Okay? Looking to buy. Let me go to the 4-hour chart. And I have my red dots up here. The only problem is my red dots are up here in quad 4, way up at the top. So I need them to come down closer so I have a chance to get into the trade in quad 3. So for now, I am waiting. I'm having patience on the US dollar, Canadian dollar. I need these red dots to come down. They will start to come down. And as they do, I will evaluate the situation to see if we have a good trading opportunity. Okay? Let's now go over to our final currency pair. That's the Euro US dollar daily chart. We are in a downward trend, and unfortunately, we are at the bottom of the downward trend. Okay? We need this to retrace back up so we can then look for a possible sell trade. Okay? Makes sense? So we basically, out of these 6 currency pairs, we basically have 2 opportunities that we are currently looking at. Okay? Currently looking at 2 opportunities. So I'm going to place pending trades on each one of these, on these 2 different possibilities here, and I'll do it while the camera is rolling so you can see me place pending trades. Before I do that, though, I need to know how many lots I will trade on these trades. So the first thing I do, let me pull up the Great British Pound US dollar. Okay? And I'm looking to get in at 22.95. 22.95. My stop loss should not be more than 100 pips away. So my stop loss is going to start at actually 23.95. 23.95. Okay? 100 pips away. That's the farthest I want to go on any trade. 100 pips. All right? Now that I know my stop loss is 100 pips, I can figure out how many lots I can trade. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is go look at the balance of my account. Okay, the balance of my account is $1,842.80. All right, now I know the balance. Now I can come to my worksheet here. If you want this worksheet, email me and I will send it to you. It's a very simple worksheet. It's what we use to figure out how many lots to trade. Formula for figuring out how many lots to trade. You take your account balance and multiply it by your risk percentage. Okay, so my account balance is $1,842, right? That's my account balance. And I'm willing to risk, you can risk up to 5%, but no more. Okay, I'm going to risk 3%. So I'm going to take my $1,842 and I'm going to multiply it by 3%, times 3%. That tells me that I am going to risk, sorry, 842, tells me I'm going to risk $55 on this trade. $55 on this trade. Now, take your risk amount. In this case, it is $55 and divide it by your stop loss amount. So you take $55, right? And you divide it by 100 pips. $55 divided by 100 is 0.55. Okay? 0.55. I'm going to round that to 0.5. Okay? Which means I can trade 5 micro lots on this trade. 5 micro lots on this trade. Okay? Micro lots. So it actually looks like this. 0.05. Which is 5 micro lots. 0.05. Okay? So now I know how many lots I can trade. Let's go place the order. This is what you do to place an order. I come over here to this green and red arrow that's called Market Watch, top left-hand corner, and I click on it. And then I look for the currency pair that I want to trade, which is the Great British Pound, US dollar right here, and I double click on it. When I do that, a box is going to pop up. Follow along with me here, and you can pause this and play it back if you want to. The type of trade is a pending order, and I'm looking to sell it, so it's a sell stop. I can put the price in here that I want to sell it, which is 1.2395, right? And I can also put the stop loss in here. Whoops, I'm sorry. I want to sell it at 22.95, my bad, 22.95. My stop loss is at 1.2395. That's my stop loss. And I'm going to trade 5 micro lots, which is 0.05. So let's double check everything. It's a pending order. I'm looking to sell it, a sell stop. My price, which has disappeared, is 1.2295. My stop loss will start at 1.2395, 100 pips away. And my volume is 5 micro lots, 0.05 micro lots. And I hit place. And you heard that, boop. That means my order was placed. So I can come here to my terminal, and I can see down here that I have a pending order for the Great British Pound right down here. Okay? And if I ever wanted to delete it, just double click on it and delete it. Okay? So that is my first trade. Now, if I move my entry point, this blue line, if I got rid of it, you'll see there's a green line right here, right? A green dotted line. This is my entry point. If I got rid of my stop loss line, guess what? There's my red dotted line, which is my stop loss. And of course, I'm looking for these targets here, and I'll evaluate this as the week progresses. Okay? That is my Great British Pound US dollar trade. Next, I have the Euro Great British Pound. It just so happens that I have a 100 pip stop loss. So on this trade as well, I'm trading 5 micro lots, which is 0.05. Okay? So I come back up here to my green and red arrow, Market Watch, click on it. I find this currency pair, which is the Euro Great British Pound. I double click on it. A box is going to pop up. What kind of order is this? What kind of type of order is this? It's in the future, so it's a pending order. I want to trade 0.05 lots. That's the volume. My stop loss is going to start at 0.8640. 8640 is my stop loss. This is a sell stop. Now I'm looking to get in at 8540, 100 pips away. Okay, so I double check everything. It's a sell stop. My volume's good. My stop loss is at 8640. Very good. I'm sorry, that was supposed to be the entry point. I'm upside down. Look out. See what happens when you get tired? My stop loss should be at 8540. Duh. And my entry point is actually 8640. I was just testing you guys. Actually, I'm pretty tired right now. That's why we double check everything. Learn. That's why we double check everything. So I want to get in at 8640. I want to buy this. It's a buy stop, not a sell stop. I was upside down. Stop loss is at 8540, and we're trading 5 micro lots, 0.05 micro lots. Okay, we can place the trade. It goes click. And now underneath this blue line right here, hold on. I can delete it. It's my green line. That's where I'm looking to get in. I'm going to get rid of this red line. That's my stop loss. Now, as time goes on, these red dots can fall from here, and I can get in at a better location. So we want to monitor this because we want to get in at the best possible spot that we can get in at. Okay? And that's it for our Forex lesson, our Forex possible trades for the week. If you have any questions, shoot me an email. Okay? We're going to do these trainings right now every Monday. If we get a large following, we will start doing these trainings and looking at these long-term trends more often than just once a week. So I appreciate your time. Go back and watch this video again. Pause it where you need to. Shoot me some questions if you have any. Have a great trading evening. And I will see everybody in the trading room tomorrow morning for our futures trading room. Thanks a lot. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.